going on, boys? Real quick, let's talk about something. People don't need motivation, they need honesty. Why? As many of you know, we live in a world where people get easily offended, right? If you're honest with someone, you're perceived as the wrong guy. You're perceived as the enemy. You're perceived as the attacker. But let's be honest. If someone is giving you an actual feedback, if someone is honest with you about your life, about your priorities, about how you handle things, there is probably a reason why they say that, and it's because they see it from the outside. Just because someone is saying that, hey, what you've been doing X, Y, and Z is not working for you clearly, and you're still stuck in the same spot, it doesn't mean that they're attacking you. It means that they are just being honest about what they see, and they care about you, and they want to see you grow and change, right? People lie to themselves all the time about effort, about priorities. They say that they are trying, but in reality, they are not. Because if you're trying, let's just say you are scrolling on Instagram and you are telling me that you're trying, well, that tells me one thing only. You're not trying, you're actually avoiding, okay? Because if you were actively trying to do something, you wouldn't be scrolling on social media. The fact that you're scrolling on social media means that you're avoiding doing the hard things in life that you should be doing. It's very important. I've been in that situation many times before. Sometimes I still find myself in that situation, but thankfully, it's a skill that you can develop. And what is the skill? The skill is that once you know that you're actively avoiding something, you can always snap out of it through willpower and through discipline. A lot of people, we are in January, so people were waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect month to start new habits, to start new routines, right? New Year's resolutions. But you shouldn't be waiting for the perfect moment, and you shouldn't be waiting for the right people to come around you, because you always want to take the initiative yourself first. That is what it comes down to. And making changes in life is always hard. It's always uncomfortable. But if you have that gut feeling that like, hey, this is really uncomfortable, I don't want to do it, well, there is a very high chance it's what you should do. If you feel uncomfortable about it, if you have the butterflies, fucking do it. Take the shot. Learn how to fail. Learn how to fall down and get back up on your own without having to rely on anyone. That's what really builds you as a man. I'm not saying that you should become completely isolated and never trust or rely on anyone, but really you want to learn how to rely on yourself, and you want to prove it to yourself. I spoke about this before, but if you make a promise to yourself about something that you're gonna do it. Keep that promise. Because if you make a promise to yourself and you don't keep it, how can you make a promise to someone else and deliver? Most of the times you can't. Now, you may also have, I think it's called people-pleasing behavior, where you do things for others, but you never do anything for yourself. You want to be able to recognize that and fix it. Because your growth, in whatever area of life it is, always comes first. And you want to be in a position where you're growing, you're keeping your promises, and then in turn that allows you to go and help someone else. So if someone is honest about things that they see in your life that may not work necessarily how they should and they tell you about it, don't disregard the message. Don't shut it down. I'm not saying that you gotta do everything or change everything that the person says to you, but it is very important to listen and see, okay, why is this person telling me I should make changes in certain areas of my life? What do they see that I do not see? And what are the steps I gotta take to potentially make those changes, assuming that the person is correct? I'm gonna keep this one short, but remember, you don't need motivation. You don't need to wait for the right moment. You don't need to wait for the right month, for the right person. All you need is yourself and your reliability. And keeping yourself accountable is very important, because a lot of the times, especially in today's society, if you don't keep yourself accountable, no one really will. It's not very often that you find real, truthful people that care about you and that will say things the way that they are without bullshit. So don't forget about that. Push through, learn how to fail, learn how to overcome, and enjoy the fucking ride, because life is beautiful. You're always gonna encounter negatives, bad things, whatever they might be. But guess what? You only have one life, and you gotta live it. Whether you have negative experiences or positive experiences, there is always something to be grateful for. Always. And even if you have bad experiences, there is something to be learned from it. So, let's get it.